Hey, watch me do this puzzle while you listen to this story. They say there are some places the earth remembers. Down in southern Louisiana, past the trees, in the black water that don't reflect the sky right, there stood a small leaning house on stilts. Folks called it the Blue Mercy House, though no one alive remembered why, and nobody stayed there long, except Naomi. Naomi was 8 months pregnant when she arrived, tired, worn down, and running from something she wouldn't name. She came alone, carrying one suitcase, in a silence that made people uneasy. The locals warned her. Don't sleep there too long, one old woman said. The house ain't empty. Another whispered. Naomi just nodded and moved in anyway. At first, the house felt like any other old woods, soft creaks, wind slipping through the cracks, like it knew the place better than she did. But at night, it changed. The first time she heard it, she thought she was dreaming. A cry, soft, weak, like a baby trying to breathe through water. Naomi woke up sweating, her hands gripping her swollen belly. The room was dark, but the crying didn't stop. It wasn't coming from outside, it was coming from below, under the floor. The next morning, she told herself it was nerves. Pregnancy dreams, stress, that's what people always said when something didn't make sense. But the second night, the crying came again, louder, closer. And this time it wasn't just crying, it was words. Mama. Naomi froze in bed. Her baby kicked hard inside her, like it was reacting, like it hurt it too. She whispered, "That ain't real." But then something scratched beneath the floorboards. Slow, deliberate, like fingernails. By the third night, Naomi didn't try to sleep. She sat in a chair with the lantern watching the floor, waiting. At exactly midnight, the wood beneath her feet gave a long, aching groan. Then the crying started again, but now it sounded closer than ever, like it was right under her chair. Mama, it's dark. Naomi's breath hitched. Her baby shifted again, harder this time, twisting in her stomach like it wanted out. Then came a knock from under the floor. 3 slow knocks. And then, let me up. Naomi screamed and stumbled back, knocking over the lantern. The flame flickered, throwing shadows across the walls, and for just a second she saw something impossible. The floorboards were moving, bowing upward, as if something beneath them was pushing, trying to break through. The next morning, Naomi went into town, pale and shaken. She found the oldest woman she could. The one folks said remembered things better left forgotten. The woman listened, didn't interrupt, didn't look surprised. Then she said real quiet, "That house was built over a birthing ground." Naomi blinked. "A what?" "Back in slavery times," the woman said, "they used to send pregnant women out there. Said it was safer, said it was quiet." Her voice hardened, but it wasn't for safety. Naomi's stomach turned. "They left them there," the woman continued. "Some gave birth alone. Some didn't make it. And the babies?" She stopped. Naomi whispered, "What about the babies?" The old woman looked her dead in the eyes. "Some of them never got held." That night, Naomi packed her things. She wasn't staying, not another second. But as she stepped toward the door, a sharp pain tore through her stomach. She gasped. Another pain followed, stronger. Too early, too sudden, labor. She collapsed to her knees, crying out. The house creaked around her, like it was waking up, like it had been waiting for this. The crying started again, but now it wasn't just one voice. It was many, dozens, layered. "Mama, mama, mama." Naomi screamed, clutching her belly. "I ain't your mama." The floorboards beneath her split with a loud crack. A hand, small, gray, and thin as bone, pushed up through the wood. Then another, and another. Tiny hands, reaching, grasping, clawing their way into the world. Naomi tried to crawl, but something grabbed her ankle, cold, wet. She kicked free, sobbing, dragging herself toward the door. But the house shifted. The door slammed shut on its own. The walls groaned, and beneath her, the voices rose louder than ever. "Stay, Mama. Stay with us." Her baby moved violently inside her. Then, everything went still. In the morning, the house was quiet again. Neighbors came when they saw the door open. They found Naomi lying on the floor, still, gone. But there was no baby, no blood, no sign of birth, just deep scratches all across the floorboards from underneath. They tore the house down a week later, burned the wood, scattered the ashes. But people say if you walk that land at night, you can still hear it. Soft at first, barely there, a baby crying from underground. And if you listen long enough, it might call you mama. If you enjoyed that story, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.